Hello, my friends. David here. Thanks for joining me a couple minutes after the hour. Hope you all are having a wonderful Thursday. We know a lot of you have spent a lot of time, maybe years worth, doing things like researching narcissism, right? Trying to heal from these toxic relationships, maybe watching videos, reading books, going to therapy to try to heal those scars that are left after you've been in toxic and abusive relationships. And we also know that many of you are struggling despite all that time and effort. Maybe, like a lot of people, you're still feeling sad, angry, bitter, scared, confused, disappointed. And unfortunately, for a lot of you, you feel hopeless. So today I want to share a bit about what Stephanie and I call the secret sauce in our Inner Circle coaching program, Brilliant Life Blueprint. And it's actually one of the biggest reasons why so many of our clients have the breakthroughs that they've been searching for. And it allows them to quickly heal their hearts and get back to living their lives the way they know they should, right? And we're talking about lives filled with more peace, joy, optimism, and freedom to be their true, authentic selves and to be more present with their lives. Now, folks, if you've been a member here with us for a while, chances are you've heard us talk about the high-speed mindset change process we use called Psych-K. Now, for those of you who haven't, I'm going to give you sort of a quick summary. So, whether you realize it or not, our life experience, good, bad, or ugly, is a product of where we focus our attention on a day-to-day basis. What matters more is not what happens to us, but how we respond to it. The fact is, we really are that powerful. And I say it all the time, we get what we think about, whether we want it or not. I'll give you an example. You ever feel like you want more for yourself, but your thoughts are constantly going to what's wrong in your life, and so you're still unhappy? Oh, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Now, you can try to think positively all you want, but your mind sabotages you with painful memories of the past or worries about the future, right? Now, it's important to understand the reason this happens. The thoughts of wanting more for ourselves come from our conscious creative mind. But the issue here is that this only accounts for between maybe 1 to 5% of our thoughts on a daily basis, right? The other 95 to 99% of our thoughts come from our subconscious habitual mind. That part of our mind doesn't think outside the box. Literally, all it does is just replays what it's been programmed to believe, whether those programs are true or not. Now, as I've said before, these programs get installed in a couple situations, mostly when we're young and impressionable, right? Usually from birth through about age 5, 6, or 7. And also during times of heightened emotion, like experiences of ecstasy or trauma. Now, those memories and the associated emotions can be triggered anytime in our lives by either new experiences or even just by thinking alone. And these programs really form the lenses through which we perceive the world and ourselves. And they can literally shape even mundane things into great or terrible experiences. Now, the reason why things you've been doing, maybe like, again, researching narcissism or relationship issues, or for a lot of you, seeing a typical talk based therapist, don't work to create real change in our lives is because these are conscious mind exercises and they don't address the subconscious foundation of our mindset. So, again, that's why we can consciously know better, but think, feel, and act in unhealthy ways regardless. So, guys, if we get what we think about, and the vast majority of our thoughts come from our subconscious habitual mind, the key to changing our lives is to access the subconscious mind and change those programs. Now, hypnosis is one way to do this, right? The problem with hypnosis is it doesn't account for the fact that our problems very often have lessons to teach us. And granted, this is kind of more of a spiritual concept than a psychological one. But when you use hypnosis to try to eliminate the symptom without getting the lesson that the pain is trying to teach us, obviously life has a way of kind of coming back around and whacking us again and again until we get it. Now, for over 10 years, even before joining you all in this group, I've been facilitating the high-speed mindset change process known as Psych-K for people all around the world. And for the past couple of years, we've incorporated it into our flagship coaching program. And, we talk about this a lot, and granted, as difficult as it may be to believe at first that this is even possible, the results really speak for themselves. For example, you may have heard stories from some of our inner circle graduates who experienced real transformation with this process. One of our favorites is Elsa, for example, who in one session healed her inner child and after that dramatically improved her relationship with her mother, which was really broken for a long time. And on top of that, she broke the cycle of toxic relationships, so she never felt like she had to settle ever again for someone who treats her badly. And if you see her out there, she's now out there happily living a fun, adventurous life, completely transformed. Or Rachel, another one of our inner circle graduates, who became a woman who unquestionably knows her value, was able to heal from her past toxic relationships, and is now with a partner who treats her like a queen, the way she deserves. Or another one is Jennifer, who shifted her core beliefs to such a degree that she no longer needed to take anti-anxiety medication that was prescribed on an as-needed basis. Okay, and a lot of people rely on not just therapy but medications because they don't know how to access the root cause. They just put band-aids on it. So it's the sad truth. Another one is Jean, who's able to forgive herself and others in her life who had done her wrong, and as a result was able to repair a long damaged relationship with her son, which is something that she really deeply desired. Or Christina, whose 10-year struggle with multiple chemical sensitivity was virtually eliminated overnight. All right, so again, you can have psychological or even physical symptoms that are a result of these programs, and they can be transformed in no time. Or Ashley, who ended her cycle of people-pleasing behavior and stopped being a doormat for others. She talked about being able to show up as a more authentic version of herself, and her relationships changed. Or Lynn, who reported she made more progress literally in 2 Psych-K sessions than all of your years of counseling combined. It's pretty wild, right? Now, keep in mind that while many of these members had suffered the effects of negative mindsets for years, all these profound shifts I've been talking about began literally within just a few minutes. Now, including this process, the Psych-K process, in our 10-week Brilliant Life Blueprint coaching program is, because it's so powerful, it's part of the reason that we guarantee that our clients will see significant improvements in their lives in 10 weeks or less. So, guys, the lesson here that I really want you to understand is it doesn't matter how long you've been struggling, you can start feeling better more quickly than you realize when you have the right tools and support. So that said, what I've decided to do is open up a few spots in my calendar next week for individual Psych-K sessions for those of you who are ready to potentially make a huge leap forward. Now, these appointments are going to be made exclusively available for you guys, for our Being Love Shouldn't Hurt members. And because of the time constraints, I'm limiting this to the first 5 people who comment secret sauce below. All right, so if you've been reading about this or if you're just hearing about it and you want to break free of your own limiting beliefs and become a better version of yourself so you can start stepping into the life that you've really been dreaming of living, this is your opportunity. Again, we're limiting this to the first 5 people who comment secret sauce in the comments. And when you do, what I'll do is send you a private message on Facebook with the details and we'll get you set up. And again, this has been called an absolute game changer by our clients. And it's been a real turning point for hundreds of people that I've worked with. So, my friends, if you're ready for real change, comment below, and I'll be in touch to get you on my calendar for next week. Again, I'm only opening up 5 spots at this time, so be sure to act fast. Go ahead, comment secret sauce below in the comments. I'll reach out to you, and we'll get you set up. Thank you again for joining me. As always, much love to you, and we will chat soon.